ordered them?
Well, it really depends on the circumstances. It's hard to know here. Michael Hastings, if you believe him, says that there were no ground rules laid out. And I mean, that just doesn't really make a lot of sense to me, because if you look at the people around General McChrystal, if you look at his history, he was the Joint Special Operations Commander. He has a history of not interacting with the media at all. And his Chief of Intelligence, Mike Flynn, is the same. I mean, I know these people. They never let their guard down like that. To me, something doesn't add up here. I don't believe it.
The Washington Post quoted an unnamed senior military official as saying that Michael Hastings broke the off-the-record ground rules. But the person who said this was on background, wouldn't allow his name to be used. Is that fair?
Well, it's kryptonite right now. I mean, do you blame him? The commanding general in Afghanistan just lost his job. Who else is going to lose his job? Believe me, all the senior leadership in Afghanistan are waiting for the axe to fall. I've been speaking to some of them. They don't know who's going to stay and who's going to go. I mean, the question is really, is what General McChrystal and his aides were doing so egregious that they deserved to end a career like McChrystal's? I mean, Michael Hastings has never served his country the way McChrystal has.
Lara Logan, Michael Hastings, your response?
Look, Lara Logan's done fine.
She's chief correspondent for CBS.
Sure, and she's done fine work. I think it's unfortunate that she decided to go down this road. I know she's been the victim of a lot of journalistic backbiting in her career, and I thought it was unfortunate that she decided to go down this path with me. I've been upfront about this from the beginning. Everything I used was on the record. I mean, and that's clear. I mean,
was there a lot you used that you did not use because it was off?
There was a lot of on-the-record material that I didn't use that I could have used. So I think, this sort of pushback from anonymous military officials. Look, it took them 6 days to get their story straight, and they're still lying. I think that's unfortunate. Obviously, look, the anonymous officials are guys who just lost their job, and the guy they love, General McChrystal, got fired. I totally understand why they're angry. But I've been in this business now for almost 10 years. I've done a lot of stories. I have a pretty good track record. I've been covering the wars in Iraq and Afghanistan since 2005, and so I followed all the rules here as they were laid out to me, or in some cases not laid out.
I want to get back to some of the substance of the article, beginning with the title itself, "The Runaway General," and because I think to some degree that does summarize a main theme of the article, that there were constant problems, not only in terms of the relationships with the White House, but there were also questions of General McChrystal's role in the Pat Tillman, in the infamous Pat Tillman case, the NFL star who was killed by friendly fire. You mentioned that. Right. There were questions about to what degree he knew about torture or abuses at a particular camp in Iraq. Could you talk about the continuing problems that McChrystal had over many years?
Sure. Well, I think the story here really, and what sort of got everyone's attention, is the relationship between General McChrystal and the Obama White House. And I think what had happened when President Obama put General McChrystal in, he lost control of his Afghanistan policy. Obama had said that he wanted to narrow the goals, the U.S. goals in Afghanistan, very explicitly, where McChrystal's strategy was in fact exponentially widening our goals. So I think that to me was one of the key sort of factors and key tensions in the piece.
And McChrystal played a key role in trying to press for more troops for the second escalation that Obama did, right?
Yeah, exactly. And I know the White House was upset that look, Obama had already agreed last year, this is all sort of old news now, but agreed last year to send 21,000 more troops. Then all of a sudden McChrystal goes over there, says, oh, wait, we're losing, we need X number of more. And I know people in the White House believe that had undercut Obama's sort of authority and the strategic impact of the 21,000 they were already sending over.
That he leaked a report from the Pentagon saying they want 40,000 troops.
Right. Well, we know the report. We know the report was leaked. We don't know who leaked it, but I do know from my reporting that General McChrystal's staff, after initially like a 30-minute period where they were sort of unhappy by the leak, that they sort of embraced it. So this was not an isolated incident. Like Rolling Stone did not fire General McChrystal. The White House fired General McChrystal, and it was this moment where President Obama This last week was a moment where President Obama was reasserting his control over the Afghanistan policy, or trying to reassert his control over the Afghanistan policy.
We're going to break and then come back to this very important discussion of what were the key issues raised in the Rolling Stone piece, The Runaway General, that led to the firing of General McChrystal. This is Democracy Now! We're joined by the reporter who did this story. He's just back from Afghanistan, Michael Hastings. Stay with us.